Hi everybody, I hope that all of you are doing well. Today I will introduce lab number 1 for you. So lab number 1, guys, is called graphing. And it is so important to know how to graph data and to plot this data. So in this lab, guys, you will do some experimental work to get the experimental value for a famous number, and this number is called pi, which is 3.14, this number, guys. So what you are going to do here, I give you some directions here, guys. So use at least 8 round objects to complete the below table before you start measurements. Organize the objects from smaller diameter to larger diameter. Include pictures for the objects that you used, if there are any. Use the data below to plot circumference versus diameter, and then evaluate the slope, which is pi. So pi is equal to delta C over delta D. And then please include the Excel spreadsheet or the graph with the fitting data. And this is the chart that you will use. And here, as you can see here, guys, you have the, so let's see here. This is the equation that you will use to calculate the error. So you have the experimental value minus the theoretical value divided by the theoretical. So that can give you number, and then multiply this number by 100 to get the error. The trend line, you need to fit the trend line with a linear equation to get the trend line equation, and you need to write down here r squared. So you know that pi squared is equal to, so pi squared, as you can see here, is equal to 3.159,65359. This is the theoretical value that you will use, and you need to put here the experimental value that you will get. And finally, you need to answer those 2 questions. Do these measurements have high percentage of error? Suggest other measuring techniques that can give precise results. And here I'm talking about the tools that we use to measure the length. So this is great, guys. So now I'm going to share this video with you. This is simple video. I prepared this video for you. Hopefully you will find some round objects like this. So let's share the video with you and watch it.
Hi everybody, this is Mahmud with you. Today we will do some lab work. This part is the experimental part of today's experiment. So today's experiment, as you know, is graphing. So what we will do, we will have experimental value for pi. And to do that, what I will do, I will measure the diameter and the circumference for all of these objects, as you can see here. And also you can see that I organized these objects from smaller diameter to larger diameter. And these objects, guys, are, so what we have penny, so this is a penny, and we have flat washers here, and we have tin ruler, and we have here medication container, we have a container cap here, and we have green cup here, and the last one here we have jar cap. So we will measure the circumference and the diameter for each one of these. So to do that, we need this 10 wire. This 10 wire can help you guys to measure the diameter. So it's very helpful here. Here in this experiment. So let's start with the first object. And here what we have here, we have this penny. So what we are going to do, we will measure the circumference and then we will measure the diameter. So what we will use for that, we will use this plastic ruler. So we'll use this plastic ruler to measure the circumference and the diameter. So let's now start measuring the circumference for this penny. So let's do that. Go like this. Go like this. As you can see here.
So this 10 wire is helpful.
Yes, so this is the circumference. How can we measure it? To measure it, just we need to straight this wire again, as you can see here, and then use the ruler to measure the length of this wire. So here is the ruler, so let's measure that together. So what we have here, guys, I will have it straight. So what we have here, so we have around 7, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have around 6.8 centimeters. So the circumference for this penny is 6.8 centimeters. So just write it down here. And then we need to measure the diameter. Just get approximate measurement. Approximate measurement for the diameter. So we can see that the diameter here is like 1 inch, more than 1 inch. So it is 2 centimeters, as you can see here. So the diameter, it's not exactly 2 centimeters, around 2 centimeters. So what we have here, we have 1.9 centimeter. So we are done with the penny. So have it here, and then move to the next object that we have. So the next object here is this flat washer. So it is round, as you can see. So for you guys, you can use any objects that you have at home. Maybe you can use like some food containers, any containers that you have, but these containers should be round, as you can see here. So now I will measure the circumference for this flat washer. Do the same thing, apply the same idea. Use this 10 wire to measure the circumference. So let's do that. Yes, so this is the circumference. And then open the 10 wire like this, and then measure this length. So let's see, what do we have here? So the circumference that we have here is 11.5 centimeters. So what do we have here is 11.5 centimeters. Now I will measure the diameter. Just try to get approximate diameter. Because here I'm not using a caliper, for example. What I'm using here is just simple ruler. So measure that. Yeah, what I have here, I have diameter like 3.5 centimeters. Yeah, so we are done with this flat washer. I will just double check and make sure that we have something else that we can use to measure the diameter. So I will check and then return back to you. Just a couple seconds here.
Actually, I didn't find tool to measure.
Okay.
To measure the length.
Yeah. So actually, we don't have other tool to measure the diameter. So I will continue just to use the ruler. So that's fine. There's no problem. So now I will move to the next object. And the next object here, as you can see, is this. This is 10 ruler, so I will use it as well. So it is round, so that's great. This is what I'm looking for. And then I will use the 10 wire and try to measure the circumference. So let's see the circumference here. Just do my best. Do my best here. That's hard because it is not flat. So as you can see, guys, it is not flat. So it is hard to get the circumference of this part. But I will do my best to have it measured. So let's see now. So let's see now. Yes, it is around. Yes, so it is around this. So this is the circumference, guys. This is kind of approximate method to get the exact circumference, but it is still it's still correct. It can give accurate value, not 100% accurate, but close to the actual. So what we have here, we have 16 centimeters. So the circumference for the 10 roller is 16 centimeters. I will measure it again just to double check. Yes, so we have 16 centimeters. What about the diameter here? So the diameter here is 5 centimeters. So we have 5 centimeters. So now we are done with this object. So this is really cool. Now I will move to the next object here, which is this medication container. What I'm interested in, I'm just interested in this part. I need to measure the circumference for this round container. Do the same thing here. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? Yes, I believe this is the exact. Yes, this is the exact measurement for the circumference, as you can see here. So let's now use the ruler to measure it. So this is the circumference for the medication container. So now I'm gonna measure it using the ruler and see what do we have here. So let's do that together, guys. So here is the 0. Yeah, so it is around 17 centimeters. So what do we have here? We have 17 centimeters. So this is great. This is object number 4, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For you guys, you can do 7 or 8 objects. The more objects you have, the more accurate result you get. And just to remind you, what we try to do now, we try to get experimental value for the famous number pi, which is 3.14. This is what we are doing. So you practice measuring all of these objects, and at the same time you are practicing graphing. So this is really good. Especially you are done with chapter 1 and chapter 3. And we know that we need to measure the diameter. Yeah, so the diameter here is 5.3. So what we have here, yeah, we have 5.3 centimeters. So we are done with object number 4 here. Let's now move to the next object and do the same thing. Measure the circumference and the diameter. And this object that we have here is the container cup. So here we have a container cup. Let's see here. Try to do our best to get correct measurement. So that's great. So now we have a correct.
Sometimes it is hard to measure the circumference, but try to do your best to fit the thin wire around the object. So that can help you to get correct, or accurate, accurate circumference measurement. Let's continue, guys.
Circumference. Let's now use the ruler to measure it. Yes, so this is the 0. So what we have here, guys, we have like 23.3. So what we have here, we have circumference 23.3 centimeter. Let's now measure the diameter and see what do we have. So the diameter here is about 7. Is about 7.1. So we are done with this. And and the diameter here is 7.1 centimeter. So this is great. We are done with this. Now I will move to the next round object, which is this cup. So we'll try to measure the circumference and then measure the diameter and see what do we have. So let's do that. Let's do that together. Great. So this is the circumference for this green cup. I will measure it using this ruler. Sometimes you can use like simple things at home to get the work done. So here we have 26.5 centimeters. So the circumference here is 26.5 centimeters. And let's check the diameter. So the diameter is 7.9 centimeters. So what we have here, we have 7.9 centimeters. So this is great, and we are approximately done. Just we are missing one object, which is this jar cap. So this jar cap is round, and also we can measure the circumference and the diameter of this jar cap. So let's do that, guys, and follow the same steps that we did before. Use this tin wire. This tin wire is helpful. It can help to measure the diameter, the circumference, I'm sorry. To measure the circumference, so we measure the circumference now. Open this tin wire, make it straight, as you can see here, and then measure this distance. Yeah, it is longer than the ruler, but what we can do here, yeah, so around here we have 30 centimeters around here. Let's now move. And see what do we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 plus 30, so we have 35.5 centimeters. Let's now measure the diameter for this object. So the diameter for this object is, as you can see here, so it is around 11.5. So what we have here, we have 11.5 centimeters. So this is great. We are done with all of these objects. So now we have nice set of data. So you can see here, we have the objects. We described the objects here. We have the circumference, and we have the diameter. Let's now, guys, go to Excel and try to plot this data and see what we will get. Let's go.
Yep. Okay, guys, so this is the way how to measure the circumference and the diameter. So now we will go to Excel together and try to, so here is Excel. and try to plot the data that we had. So graphing is so important, really important, and you will need it. If you are studying physics, for example, if you are studying biology, if you are studying engineering, for example, so you will need graphing. So let's do that, guys. So we need to plot circumference. Let's check with the worksheet. We need to plot circumference versus diameter. So this is what we need to plot here. Let's do that. So here we have circumference. So here I need to close this. We don't need this. So here is the circumference. So it is measured in centimeters, as you can see. So circumference measured in centimeters. Hopefully it is clear. I will try to make it a little bit bigger so you can see it, guys. Okay, and the other side, what do we have? We have the diameter, and also the diameter is in centimeters, as you can see here. So we have the diameter in centimeters. So let's go here. Okay, guys, let's have our data written here. So what do we have here? Um, so what we have here, let's start um, from the smaller diameter to the larger diameter. So what we have here, we have 6.8, and the diameter was 1.9. That was for the penny. Great. And then what do we have? We have 11.5 centimeters circumference and 3.5 centimeters diameter, and that was for the flat washer. And then we have 16 centimeters with 5 centimeters, so that was for the 10 ruler. Sorry, here we have just one L. And then the fourth one, we have the medication container. So for the medication container, we have 17 centimeters with 5.3. So this is for the medication container, and then we have 23.3, and here we have 7.1 centimeters, and that was for the container. Container cap. So this was for the container cap. I will have this maybe a little bit wider. Yes, great. And then what do we have, guys? We have 26.5 centimeters, and we have 7.9, and that was for the green, if you still remember it. So this is for the green cap. And then the last one is the jar cap. So for the jar cap, we have 35.5 centimeters and 11.5 centimeters. So this was for the jar cap. So this is great, guys. What you can do, you can organize these a little bit more to have it just in nice order, as you can see here. And then you can come here and then plot this data. So go to Insert, and then go to Scatter, and then choose go to Scatter, and then choose this. Let's see this data, guys, together and see what do we have. So this is the data that we have, guys, and this is great. So here you can write down the following here. So you can write, so here, yes, so here, yeah, it takes some time to load. So let's wait here. We can write here D versus, sorry, we can write C versus D, so the diameter. We can go back. Yeah, we lost the plot. We can go again and plot it. Again, go to Insert, and then Scatter. So you have it like this. So again, guys, we can do this. So we write circumference versus diameter. So this is great. And also we can go here and add some spaces. So we need to write the x-axis name and the y-axis name. So we can write here. So here we can write, so what we have here, we have the diameter, which is in centimeter. So this is great. And also, what do we have here? So here we have the circumference, C. So we have the circumference, and it is function, and also it is measured with centimeters. We need to have the lowercase, yes, centimeters. So this is great. So now, guys, you have this nice and wonderful data. And what you need to do now, you need to fit this data To fit this data, so add a thread line. Just go to add thread line and fit the whole data as you can see here. And you can choose here display equation on chart. Display equation on chart. So this is the equation that we have here. Let's see. Go to whom, maybe make it a little bit bigger. Let's see what is the problem with this. Yes. So let's see what's the problem with this, guys. So we did plot the circumference versus diameter. Oh, yeah. So what happened here? Yeah, let's see, guys. So the circumference is x-axis. So circumference should be y-axis. So let's do that, guys. Paste everything here. Go here, copy, and paste everything here. And then copy and paste everything here. Just to have, yes. And we don't need this trend line. Remove the trend line. And we don't need this anymore. So now we have the diameter as x-axis, and we have the circumference as y-axis. So this is correct now. And pi should be delta c over delta d, as you can see here. So it is delta c over delta d. I will create another trend line and see what we will have. Add trend line here and display the equation. Oh, great, great. So now, guys, we got something close to the value of pi. So this is what we have here. So just I will make this equation a little bit bigger. Yes, so this is what I have, guys. So here I have 3.0663. This is the value that I got from my experiment. So I can calculate the error for you here and to see what we will get. So let's write here the t, which is the theoretical value. The theoretical value can be got from here. So this is the theoretical value. Great. So it's 3.14. And the experimental value with E is 3.0663. So this is the pi that I got. And now what I will do, I will calculate the error here. So the error would be experimental minus theoretical divided by theoretical. So let's see here. So this is equal to, we need the absolute, yes, the absolute value here. And we need to have, so the experimental is B11 minus the theoretical, which is B10, and this is divided, sorry, so let's go out, and this is divided by, don't need this. Uh, we need here to have B10, so that's correct. So experimental minus theoretical divided by theoretical, which is B10 again. And don't forget that you have absolute value, so we don't have minus sign here. Yes, so the error is 0.02396664. This is the error that I got. I will show you that with full screen here. So the error that I got here was 0.02396664. Let's see, guys, what will you get. So I did my best here to have accurate diameter and accurate circumference, but I don't know about you guys. Let's see what data you will get. Maybe you will get data better than the data that I got. So uh, do your best, guys, and let's see what you will have. Yeah, so yeah, do your best, guys, and let's see what you will have. So I will post the worksheet so you will find it, and um, also um, the video will be posted on Yuja. So um, you will have all of these information. So I believe you will do a nice job, guys, and you will get number that's really close to pi and with a really small um, error. Thank you so much, and have a good day, guys.